evening, everybody. Respected President, Secretary, all senior Rotarians, my fellow Rotarians, and today's modern times and natural healthy living. Natural healthy living, that means that we are healthy without any use of any medications or external this thing. That doesn't mean that we don't require emergencies. I am not speaking about emergencies. We are speaking about every day for our sustenance, we should not take any medication. What we will do today is we will compare something which was 100 years back, a person who is 100 years back, what are the changes in today's life from a health perspective. With that, we will get a route or way we can move forward in our future. 100 years back, what was the health scenario? Was it very, the picture was very beautiful? I don't feel so. There are pros and cons. See, as you all know, some of our senior Rotarians may be knowing this thing, that there will be lot of infant fatality. 10 लोग मतलब हमारे जो पूर्वज थे वो 10 भाई बहन होते थे उनके, और उसमें से 2 बिना रन के ही विकेट उड़ गया था उन्हें. तो 20% in developing countries, and in developed countries it was 10% infant fatality. The average age 100 years back, I am talking about 19th century, beginning of 19th century, was only 32. 32 was the average age that a person would live. The other things that were different is, obviously there was no modern industrialization was not there. There were no chemicals, there was no pesticides, and obviously there was no processed food. Everything was natural, because everything what we make at home today is minimally processed or unprocessed food, raw food. That was there, and that was the case thousands of years till last century. I hope I am not wrong with this. Okay, thousands of years, since man has this thing, I think agriculture one, he was hunter and gatherer, then he became agriculturist. Okay, I think thousands of years there was no big change in the way he lives, and he used to make his own food, grow his own food, and growing your own food is very tough. It is a very physically challenging thing. Everything, you build a house or you do anything, build big buildings, monuments, whatever you do, it was done by sheer labor, sheer hard work, sheer muscles, and sheer labor. Cut to now 100 years from that time, what has changed? First thing is, noticeable thing is, our life expectancy has increased due to modern technology. Second thing is that during 1940s we developed antibiotics. We won over a lot of infectious diseases, which was the main cause of death at that time. Why was the life expectancy low, 32? Because all kinds of infectious diseases. One person got any disease, the whole village was wiped out that time. So vaccination was one of the things we achieved. This thing, Rotary is one of the pioneers in polio vaccination, and you know it has been eradicated today. So such things, such big feats we have achieved in the last 100 years. We have achieved wonders in surgery, advanced imaging, MRI, CT, and this thing, diagnosis, lot of blood tests which we have developed in the last century. That those are phenomenal changes, and as a result, as a direct result of that, now the world average age is 72. World average age. India's average is 69. 69 years of age is India's age. This could improve, but there are some problems here. It is not a rosy picture. We have lost one thing which was very good 100 years back. That is chronic disease, lifestyle disease. There is, according to research, there is 90% decrease in the manual labor. पहले जो हाथ से काम होता था, मेहनत से काम होता था, उसका 90% कम हम लोग काम अभी कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? A number of reasons, like we have got a lot of technology, computers for everything. All these things have reduced the physical labor, calculation, all those things, and it has reduced now to 90%. Proportionally, we have reduced our physical labor, and our work has become more sedentary, more mental, less physical in nature. And this change has occurred, according to research, this change has occurred suddenly and very fast in the last 100 years. And as we have seen, any change in human evolution, millions of years man has evolved, there is no sudden change. Whenever there is a sudden change, there is a proportionate some this thing. Nothing is for free. We have to pay the price for this thing. So lifestyle diseases, especially diabetes, heart diseases, obesity, and lot of other chronic diseases, metabolic disorders are a group of diseases. PCOD in women, lot of cancers. Cancers are one of the highest. This thing. No other decade, last decade, this decade has seen so many surge in this thing. Astonishingly, there are some more things that are happening which are very alarming. The urban population, as obvious, is more diabetic, more obese, more this thing. The rural population, the rate of diabetes is higher in rural population now. Although they are less than urban, but the rate is higher now. Because now there is no place that you can call rural. My ancestral village, Alarwad, has got big buildings, big TVs, all luxury vehicles are there, all ACs are there, all the amenities of the city are there in the village now. And we are connected through internet and everything. So there is no place where processed food is not reaching. Wherever processed food and modern life is reaching, their lifestyle disorders and are increasing at a faster pace than the urban life. Urban was already in that zone. So these changes are occurring, and the more we go into these things, the more processed foods are there, the more comfortable life we get, the more chronic disease we are attracting. And that is the reason why I said 69 is our average age. That has been there since last 20 years. That has not moved forward. One unique thing that we should see in our generation is that average expectancy age should move forward. It should have moved to 80 now, this thing. But that is not happening because we have reached a threshold. We have won our infective diseases, infective diseases, those we have won, but we are losing our chronic disease. As we are aging, 70 is the 65, 70, 50. And we are getting earlier in our parents' generation, what used to happen, retirement was at 60 and they used to get diabetic as 50, 60, they used to get diabetic. But now the problem is our retirement is not there, nobody is giving us pension anyway, but we are getting early diabetics at the age of 25, 20, we are getting this thing. So this is causing a shift in the medical scenario and also the burden, economic burden of all these diseases to the nation itself and to the environment. Because as we become more and more advanced, more and more scientifically this thing, that is creating a more carbon emissions, which is not very good for all these chronic diseases. Okay. So what are the solutions for this? We have to take the best of both worlds. 100 years back what was best and now what is best. Now we have got some advantages like science and technology in medicine, all these things we want. But we don't want this chronic disease. We want the physical exertion as well as the basic, normal, natural lifestyle of the 100 years back generation. So the best way and the most scientific way and the most research database backed way which we can stay healthy right now and especially our future generations, because the coming things, whether it is social media addiction, whether it is gaming, immersive gaming, whether it is artificial intelligence, we don't even know what is artificial intelligence going to have impact on our life. We are very fond of the answers which ChatGPT is giving, but what it is going to do in future we are not aware of, and how it will impact our children, that we are not aware of. So what we can do, the best of both the worlds, the solution for this thing is, we have to lead a very natural life, as natural as possible in our modern scenario, in our modern homes, in our modern this thing. Whatever this thing is that we have to be as natural as possible. I'll come to what that steps will be. But as we know now, whatever research is there, the best way to, one is avoid chronic diseases, prevent chronic diseases, prevent obesity. Obesity is the main root cause for all the chronic diseases, metabolic disorders. Before obesity, there is something known as high fasting insulin level, insulin resistance. This is not for diabetics, non-diabetics I am talking about. Insulin resistance causes type 2 diabetes, that causes obesity, all other things. That is the root. Will not go further. I have discussed this in a lot of my videos. through my YouTube channel, we have to do a certain things that this thing. Vegan food is known to avoid all chronic diseases. Vegan food which is devoid of milk. Milk is not for human consumption. I may hurt some sentiment, but I am very sorry to tell you that milk is not for human consumption. No other species consumes any other species milk. If you are fond of milk, non-vegetarian food, you keep that your minimum, bare minimum, or a celebration or something, or Sunday, this thing. For the rest of the days, the best way you can do to your health and your children's health. Because why I am telling this, you are teaching your culture to your children. They will not learn from anything else. They will learn from what you are doing, and I think for them it is more important than us. So vegan food, no milk, because milk contains high saturated fat. It contains high casein, extremely high casein, 10 times more than mother milk. Casein is there. Casein is nothing but pus. It is a high protein content which messes up with our all immune systems. It contains IGF, insulin-like growth factor, which blocks our natural. It doesn't allow our natural insulin to work. That's why a small calf will grow to a big cow in 1 year. If you consume that milk, you will also become bull. So this is what happens. Yeah. So this is what happens. You cut that down to weekly this thing. If you can leave it off, that is much better. Non-vegetarian food, again the same thing, high saturated fat, lot of things. Because cardiac disease is one of the highest killers, top killers now in India overall. This thing. 50% of the world population is obese. Now अभी अपना जो ideal human structure है उसका अलग ही फिगर हो गया है. पहले जो था अभी नॉर्मल से अलग ही हो गया है. So that is what happening, and these are the causes. Processed food. The impact of processed food is highest in my listing. We have defined that normalcy, that we will use cheese, we will use paneer. जो मिलता है, जो आसान बनाने को जो आसान होता है वो घर पे आके भरो फ्रिज में. वो ग्रीन पीस रहने दो या फिर ये रहने दो. परोटा is the best example. रेडीमेड परोटा मिलता है. Best example of processed food. That there cannot be anything unhealthy than that. It is मैदा ऑलरेडी. आप प्रोसेस उसको बना के ला रहे हो, रख रहे हो, कब बना है पता नहीं, कब पका के उसको खा रहे हो. There is something beyond taste. You should understand that is something beyond taste. Either you work for it to make that taste like our grandmothers and this thing used to do till now, or you don't have it. That is what is plain and this thing. All these things which are available outside, you honor this thing, you cut it down to a bare minimum, bare basic, especially for your kids. Milk consumption below 10 years, okay, but if their BMI is lower, because childhood obesity and childhood diabetes has become a headache. And obesity is one of the main reasons of all the cancers. The highest tobacco smoking se bhi zyada, obesity, insulin resistance or diabetes, uncontrolled diabetes, zyada cancers होते हैं, because that mutates your genes. अगर आप मोटे हो तो आपको बहुत ये सारे problems आएंगे. So this is this thing. If you can't do very specific diet and other things, what you need to do is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting and water fasting. I have discussed this detail in few of my videos. Water fasting is staying on water. People used to do it. एक दिन हफ्ते में 1-2 दिन पानी पे रहते थे वो वगैरह करते थे. कुछ उपवास ऐसे रहते थे, 10 दिन का उपवास रहता था, 21 दिन का उपवास रहता था. Any person in this room can do 21 days of water fasting without any guidance, without any other things. Just have water and you can stay for 21 days. More than 21 days. There is a world record of 382 days of water fasting. 382 days water fasting only on water, tea, green tea and other things. So this is there. And there is the last Nobel Prize, 2021 Nobel Prize was in physiology was given for autophagy. Autophagy. Auto means self-eating. Where we have lot of scrap in our ये मोड़ का बाजार बहुत है अंदर, तो उसको क्या है वो यूज नहीं होता है, क्योंकि हम लोग जितना जरूरी है 6 बार खाना खाते हैं हम लोग. कुछ तो अभी खाया वो भी साथ मिला के. तो कैसा वो सब जो बाकी बचा हुआ जो अनवांटेड जो अनयूज आधे सेल्स है, कचरा है बहुत है उसमें, वो यूज अप नहीं होता. व्हेन यू डू वाटर फास्टिंग और इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग इज 8 hours of eating. Morning 9 to evening 6. पहले ऐसे खाते थे. Morning 9 to evening 6 खाते थे, उसके बाद में लाइट नहीं रहता था, सो जाते थे, पॉपुलेशन बढ़ गया उसके अंदर। पर दैट वाज द वो कोविड में बढ़ा, वो अलग है, लॉकडाउन में। So intermittent fasting, because there was no current and this thing, and 16 hours of fasting that will eliminate all unwanted things, autophagy, वो कचरा मोटा बाजार सब बॉडी अपने आप ही खा जाता है, ऑटोफेजी खुद खा जाता है टिश्यूज को, अनवांटेड टिश्यूज को। उसमें कैंसर भी रिवर्स होता है, आपका थायराइड रिवर्स होता है, डायबिटीज रिवर्स होता है। ऑल दीज आर व्हाट, दीज आर एक्सेसेस ऑफ दिस थिंग। वो भी मिला वो भी खाओ, ये भी मिला वो भी खाओ, वो ऑफर है 1+1 ले लो। तो ये सब करने की वजह से एक्सेसेस जो हो गए वो इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग, वाटर फास्टिंग में ये होता है। एक्सरसाइज ऑब्वियसली वो तब फिजिकल होता था 90%, अभी कम हो गया फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज। आप एटलीस्ट 20-30% बढ़ाओ, 1 से 2 घंटा, वो दिन भर काम करते थे, अब 1 से 2 घंटा फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज हो। वो अभी ये चीजें जो आप रिवर्स करते जाओगे इसकी वजह से कोई होगा। बाकी एक्सटर्नल जो हम लोग वेजिटेबल्स वगैरह खा रहे हैं उसके बारे में मैंने काफी सारा बताया। डेवलप योर ओन वेजिटेबल गार्डन, organic vegetable garden, to develop or source that organic food or clean food from somewhere locally. Don't eat foreign foods, kiwi है, ड्रैगन फ्रूट है, ये है, उधर कब बना है, इधर कब आ रहा है, वो उसका गारंटी नहीं है। एप्पल इज कोटेड विद वैक्स, EPA इज वन ऑफ द कैंसर कार्सिनोजेन। तो एप्पल ने किससे डॉक्टर अवे, एप्पल खाएगा डॉक्टर बहुत जल्दी आएगा, और ऐसा आएगा कि डायरेक्ट कैंसर हॉस्पिटल में ही जाएगा। तो दैट you eat local foods, our genetics are made to eat local foods, ठीक है। ऑलिव ऑयल बोलते हैं, that is not healthy for us. Our unrefined groundnut oil which we consume here, or coconut oil in the coastal area, that is whatever our grandparents used to do, that is healthy for us. That is the new research. Olive oil may be healthy in that region. Pizza, burger was healthy in Europe. But pizza, burger, last 50 years, US people are eating 90% obesity. US is 90% obesity. Okay, when you change your food habits in a very short period of time, that body will not take. So that will cause all these diseases. I hope my these basics are very this thing. How to shift to this? सब लोग को समझ में आया, सब लोग को तुमको already ये पता था, डाइट करना है, एक्सरसाइज करना है. How to implement this? That is the biggest problem. What do you think is the biggest challenge in today's world to implement these things? Can anyone?
Lifestyle.
Yes, time बहुत अच्छा ये है. See why we did all this? Why we invented computers? To save time. Why our main purpose has been defeated. People have less time now than we used to have 100 years back. We have defeated our own purpose. Why we invented all these things? We have defeated our own purpose. Whatever there are few good things that have come by, I agree. But the price that we have paid for this is very easy. What else? Lifestyle, ये तो अपने पे है. हम लोग कैसा हमारा, हमको क्या चाहिए? What is more important for us? Is it luxury? Is it looks? Or is it comfort? Or is it well-being of us as well as our children, grandchildren? That is our priority. I don't think lifestyle was the thing. The main thing is that humans are innately very worst kind of people.
Lazy.
Very lazy. Our brains are itself lazy. 100 years back it is not their choice to work out. उनको चांस मिलता था, वो हम लोग पैदा ही नहीं होते थे, वो लोग लेट जाते थे आराम से, वो that was their, उनको मजबूरी थी. Our problem is that हमको मजबूरी नहीं है, फिर भी जबरदस्ती हमको वर्कआउट करना ही पड़ेगा. That is the basic problem. Second one, most important problem is mothers. You cannot diet if your mother is in charge of your food. That is the thing. And you cannot reduce alcohol if friends are in charge of your life. Our socializing, whether it is men, women socializing, our outside food, our normalcy of social life itself is wrong. 3 to 4 times we are having food outside. And alcohol, वो अभी लॉकडाउन का बात किया ना, वो ऐसा पीक एक गया ऊपर, पॉपुलेशन का एक गया, दूसरा अल्कोहल का एक गया. वो अल्कोहल का जो ऊपर गया वो नीचे आया नहीं अभी तक, वो ऊपर ही चल रहा है. You agree? Even the government data agrees that the alcohol consumption has gone very high. Okay. Yeah, the government is very happy, sir. Government is happy with all those things. That is, those are not the people who should take control of our life. I think this is very easy concept, very simple concept. We are enjoying the benefits of both the worlds. We know now that what causes what things, and what was the benefit of 100 years back, that kind of living, and what is the benefit of today's living. I think we should merge those and give a chance for our grandchildren to live a non-diabetic. And the worst thing that I see people doing is give their children or grandchildren mobile phones. Okay. The worst thing that you can do is give them mobile phones. Their brains are not ready for that dopamine setup. When we see anything, when we play a cricket game, when we do games, we get dopamine. When we drink alcohol, we get dopamine. When we do something which we feel happy, we get dopamine. The children were playing that game, watching that video, getting dopamine. But that is not the setup that required. You cannot match further. आप वो नेचुरली कुछ करके ऐसा उनको उतना डोपामाइन दे ही नहीं सकते. आप कुछ भी करो, आपको उतना उनको एंगेज नहीं रख सकते हो. तो उनको बच्चों को मोबाइल का, छोटे बच्चों का, आई एम टेलिंग, one people who once they are taking their own decisions and they know what is right and wrong, I think they can take well informed decisions. Just because they are cranky, giving them mobile phones and खाना वो उसके बिना नहीं खा रहे हैं, कुछ आप सबके घर में है ऐसे, पता ही आपको. तो ये नहीं करना है. As the better you wean them off as soon as possible, वो है जितना फिजिकल एक्सर्शन, जितना ये कराना है उनको वो कराइए. Empty sugars, no nutrition, no fats. Unpolished rice brand is good sir. अंदर तो कुछ नहीं है, अंदर ऐसा ही है. Brand oil, rice brand oil is good. Brand is a fiber, तो उसको ही निकाल देना. Brown rice में इतना ये नहीं है. See, the quantity is quite big. Glycemic load जो है वो ज़्यादा है. Yeah, if you are not diabetic, it is fine. बट एनीवे ग्लाइसेमिक लोड है, उसका इंडेक्स ज़्यादा है, लेकिन ग्लाइसेमिक लोड ज़्यादा नहीं होगा क्योंकि उसको हमेशा हम लोग कुछ तो ऐड करके ही खाते हैं. सिर्फ प्लेन राइस खाते नहीं हम लोग, वो कुछ तो ऐड डालते हैं, तो वो एडिशन में कैसा थोड़ा प्रोटीन थोड़ा फाइबर आ जाता है. सो इन मॉडरेशन दैट शुड बी. एंड द वे टू कट डाउन ऑल दिस थिंग्स इज वीकली स्टेप डाउन. वीकली आप एक हफ्ता राइस कम करो, एक हफ्ता आपका जो ड्रिंकिंग एवरेज है वो कम करो, एक हफ्ता आप एक्सरसाइज स्टार्ट करो. तो ये सारी चीज़ें. ड्रिंकिंग कम करो बरं ते ॲन्स हसरे म्हणजे झाल्यासारखंच म्हणाले ते.
I have a question.
Step down, yeah.
See,
What about the byproducts of milk, like water, ghee?
More dangerous. Milk. When I say milk products are more dangerous. If you are having desi cow, which was thousands of years, which we are consuming from our this thing, that is medicational value. That is good. This thing home वो वाला अच्छा है. क्यों मिल्क अच्छा नहीं है? इसके लिए बहुत सारे रीजंस है. और ये तो बाई प्रोडक्ट जो आप बोल रहे हो वो है ही नहीं, मिल्क ही नहीं है उसके अंदर, मिल्क नहीं है.
बटर मिल्क हो गया.
नहीं, वो बटर मिल्क अच्छा है ये वगैरह, ऑल लिमिटेड. एवरीथिंग कंटेन्स IGF एंड हाई सैचुरेटेड फैट. वही उसका मिल्क में जो है वही तो उसमें आएगा. मिल्क में देखो आप बोलते हैं कि विटामिन B12 डेफिशिएंसी नहीं होना चाहिए, इसलिए आप एनिमल फ्रूट्स लो या फिर मिल्क लो, सप्लीमेंट लो. यू टेल मी हॉर्स और वाइल्ड बाइसन, एलिफेंट, which of these animals, strongest animals in the planet, are not consuming any milk or any other source of milk? Still they are strong. They don't have any vitamin B12 deficiency. They don't have any vitamin D deficiency. They don't have any calcium deficiency. The largest milk consuming countries have the most fragile bones.
so I believe this is because nowadays there's lot of adulteration in the
Innately
feed
milk,
or whatever. it is.
innately good milk is bad for you already.
A1 milk is little bit.
Go.
Okay, my question is nowadays whenever we follow something, lot of people have started saying that wheat also is not very great. There is gluten, but see
That
we
is
have.
natural gluten. That is good. That is natural gluten.
So that is a
That
good.
is
So
good.
wheat basically full carbs, chapati. See, because we have all grown eating wheat.
नहीं, उसको उसमें डिसएडवांटेज जो है वो इजीली हम लोग उसको ये कर सकते हैं. यू शुड ऐड सोयाबीन एंड ग्राम्स एंड दाल्स दिस थिंग. उसको बहुत पतला नहीं बनाना है. रोटी अच्छा नहीं दिखेगा. हमारा अच्छा दिखने के पीछे इतना हम लोग प्रेजेंटेशन के पीछे लग जाते हैं कि उसका मेन जो पर्पस है खाने का वो हम भूल गए.
So, जो रेडीमेड पैक मिलता है वो लेना नहीं
वो
चाहिए.
नहीं, वो आप किसी भी इसके पास गिरनी में पूछ लो, आप वो बना के दे देगा. उसको बस बोलना है एकदम बारीक नहीं करने का करके, इतना बोलना है उसको. फाइबर्स भी आ जाएगा और आप जो सोया भी है सब डाले रहते हो तो वो भी बेटर रहेगा उसके लिए. द होल आइडिया ऑफ इट इज अंदर जाने के बाद एकदम फटाक से वो डाइजेस्ट होकर फटाक से इंसुलिन नहीं बढ़ाने का,
थोड़ा मेहनत करना.
शुगर नहीं
So
बढ़ाना.
it should
फाइबर
take
जब
time
रहता है
to
ना तब राइस खाने से ऐसा कर्व रहता है, ऐसा होते रहता है. तो आप जब ये सब ऐड करोगे, फाइबर्स ऐड करोगे, ग्रीन सलाड्स खाओगे, आपका पीक ऐसा रहेगा, विच इज गुड. तो इंसुलिन ज़्यादा ऊपर जाके ऊपर नीचे नहीं करना चाहिए. दैट इज द कंसेप्ट बिहाइंड.
एंड सुक्रोज के बारे में, नेचुरल फ्रूट्स के बारे में आपका क्या
नेचुरल
है?
फ्रूट्स आर गुड, बट इट शुड बी लोकल, इट शुड बी नेचुरल, नॉट जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाइड. आप आपूस अम्बा से भी लोकल अम्बा खा के देखो एक बार. लोकल अम्बा वेरी गुड. और स्पेशली वाइल्ड ये धामनी चूनी और ये सब आता है ना, वो तो बहुत ज़्यादा क्वांटिटी में आपको ये करना चाहिए. बिकॉज दे आर एब्सोल्युटली नॉट अनटच्ड बाय ह्यूमन दिस थिंग. क्योंकि उसको वो कमर्शलाइज कर ही नहीं सकते. उसमें कोई मैनिपुलेशन हुआ नहीं है, उसमें कोई ये भी नहीं मारता है. हाँ, जामुन वगैरह. वाइल्ड फ्रूट्स आर वेरी बेरीज, वाइल्ड फ्रूट्स विच आर दोज आर वेरी गुड. दैट इज एंड मोर ऑफ ग्रेन्स. आप वेजिटेबल से भी ग्रेन्स ज़्यादा प्रीफर करो, क्योंकि उसको ग्रेन्स को कैसा है, ड्राइड रहता है एंड आप उसको उबालते हो, एक बार करते हो, पानी निकालते हो, उसका ऊपर का जो केमिकल्स है वो निकल जाएगा. वो करो. छिलके निकाल के खाने वाला फ्रूट्स खाओ, ठीक है, जैसे कि सिट्रस फ्रूट्स, बनाना, दिस थिंग. एंड अवॉइड मैंगो इज ऑल्सो गुड, बट लोकल वैराइटीज यू प्रीफर. ऑल लोकल फ्रूट्स, लोकल फूड, लोकल दिस थिंग. एंड लोकल जैसा जब ये आप त्योहार आता था तभी हम लोग मीठा खाते थे, वो भी गुड़ का बनता था हमारा. आप बताओ मेरे को, आपके घर में कौन से घर में शुगर का बना हुआ मीठा बनता था? रसगुल्ला. लॉट ऑफ पीपल टेल मी रसगुल्ला और जामुन, एज यू आस्क्ड मी नाउ दिस थिंग. रसगुल्ला जामुन भी तो इंडियन है, वो खा सकते हैं क्या करके? रसगुल्ला जामुन खा ही नहीं पहले, शक्कर से ही बना सकते हो उसको, वो तो अभी है. ठीक है, जो चीज़ें गुड़ से बनाई जा सकते, हमारे त्योहारों में जो बनता था गुड़ के, इसमें त्योहारों में ही बनाना चाहिए, त्योहारों में ही खाना चाहिए. बाकी टाइम में वो बाकी चीज़ें नहीं यूज़ नहीं करना चाहिए. रेगुलर फूड जो है बेसिक फूड होना चाहिए. होगी. आई थिंक माई टाइम here, my few words were valuable to you and you will carry and you create awareness. Please follow my YouTube videos and kindly share whichever are this thing. It is a platform, non-profit platform that I am trying to make aware, because when I speak here it will be limited to you people. You cannot exactly tell what I told to somebody else. Okay, exactly, you can take the gist of it, cannot propagate it. So that is one medium that I am trying to do. In spite of my regular work, I spent some time and put some time in that so that I make this regular.
It's really one of the very interesting topics we had.